Hey, what's up, guys? So imagine this. You're a former officer and a Christian street preacher in a public space in Fort Worth, Texas, just spreading the gospel, and a police officer threatens to ticket you for offensive speech. I honestly thought this video was from Canada, UK, or Australia, but it's actually from America. Anyways, check this out.
Use it up to
That
80
ordinance
decibels.
means like music, not talking. If someone is offended by your talking, then we have a problem.
That
That's what I
is a
just said.
constitutional violation of our rights. If you shut us down for the
No,
content
if
of our
they
speech,
are
I
offended
don't
by
care
your
if they're offended.
speech, okay, then I'll write you the ticket and we'll go from there.
Wait, you're going to take us for offensive speech?
Yes, absolutely. If
Are you
someone's
serious?
offended-
speech. You're going to cite us for
Yes, it's
offensive
called disorderly
speech.
conduct.
That's
Oh,
no.
Yes, it is.
Disorderly conduct has to be accompanied by conduct. Conduct.
This is the conduct
I'm
that
a
you're
retired
doing.
police officer myself.
For who?
26 years federal law enforcement.
So it's
and
federal.
context.
So this has nothing to do with local.
Wow.
It has nothing to do with local.
Yeah. Well, I look
Do whatever y'all think that you can do.
Whatever-
it says 80
whatever we
decibels.
think. Wow.
It says 80 decibels.
Since y'all know the law so well, I'm not going to let y'all do
So
whatever
I just want to clarify, if anything is said that's offensive, you're going to write a ticket?
If someone complains that your language or what you're saying is offensive,
Hey.
Yo, that is crazy. Like, does this cop not know about the First Amendment? And it's not just this one female cop, because there's plenty other cops that come afterwards. And I think this is a systemic issue within the entire Fort Worth Police Department. Like, who's training these cops?
To be where you want to be. Within
Well, can you
reason of
tell
where
her
they're
too
at.
that she can't cite us for speech is offensive because she threatened to cite us if we have offensive speech?
It depends on what you're saying, who's offended.
So if I say,
Yes, sir, it does. So free speech does not include the.
no threats, no threats,
So
no threats, no
hey, if you
threats.
make fun of somebody, if you call them certain words and they feel offended by that, unfortunately, that is the part of the.
So if I call
conduct.
somebody, and I'm just saying this for clarification, if I say you're a and they get offended, you're going to cite me.
That is a Class C ticket, unfortunately. I'm not the one that makes the rules, but that's the way they tell.
I just wanted to get that on video for my.
I mean, I'm just trying to say it's very vague on what it is.
Yes, it
If
is.
somebody feels offended, I can't do much about it other than my job. Right?
And we understand that. We know you got this. You got to do what you're. I get that whole.
I want you to make sure you all can be where you need to be. I want you to be able to exercise those free rights.
And that's what the courts are for.
Yeah, well,
Not your
yeah.
fault. It's not your fault. And we understand that. There's no animus towards you.
I mean, yeah, as long as it-
But no, I want to ask, and I'm being dead serious. So if a biological male comes up to me who says he's a woman, and I call him, I say, sir, and he gets offended, is that a citable offense? If I call a biological male a male, and he says I'm offended, I'm gonna whatever. Is that a citable offense if he's offended by that speech?
Man, we're talking gray area right now. When I talked about earlier when it says that's a vague.
No, this is not a gray area. Like, honestly, there needs to be maximum pressure to get these officers fired, not suspended, but fired. Because this can't be tolerated. Like, this isn't Canada or the UK.
Conversation vague charge.
I'm
don't
genuinely
believe-
curious.
Sure, I don't believe I would cite that for offensive language. Offensive language to me is calling somebody
N-word.
N-word, curse words.
We don't curse, we're preachers.
Sure, no, I agree. But it's more like if you call somebody a male, I don't necessarily find that offensive unless they come up to
You don't, but what if they do?
That's what I'm saying. If they come up and say, hey, I'm offended by that, and you continue to do that, well, then that's just becoming offensive to
Now,
them.
and
Correct?
here's the catch.
Right.
Here's the catch.
So
though.
it's the, hey, warning, I'm feeling offended by that. Then we're moving into the potential.
But so what if I'm offended by what they say? Like they come up telling me this and then the other, swearing at me, will they get cited?
What's
Are
good
you
for the
offended
goose?
by it?
I'm offended by all of this.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
I'm offended by seeing half-naked men running around with children. I am deeply offended by that.
Correct. Unfortunately, there's not much on our side to do anything.
Hello, officer. My name is David Grisham, and in Grisham versus Fort Worth, 2014 and 15 was settled out of court with the city of Fort Worth. We settled on this exact dispute, and the settlement was is that I could preach anywhere on a public street that's free and open to the public in downtown Fort Worth. That's on Grisham versus Fort Worth.
You're not downtown.
This is downtown.
This is a closed event to whoever they decide they don't want anybody in here because they have a permit.
Okay, so this police officer is completely wrong. Yeah, the Pride event did have a permit, but having a permit does not turn public property into private property. The space was open to the general public, and having a special event permit allows organizers to use the space for their event and may let them control things like amplified sound, floats, or vendor booths, but it does not give them the right to kick out peaceful people exercising their First Amendment rights on public property.
So if you want to preach, you will have to be outside the barricades. So
So
like if you want to stand right there and preach, Stay right there and preach.
So if we preach inside, what will happen?
You'll be asked to leave.
And if we don't leave, what'll
You'll be
happen?
arrested for criminal trespass.
We'll be arrested
On the
for
street
trespass.
here?
On a public street, for being on a public
When
side.
somebody has a permit, yes.
Okay.
They're authorized to let whoever they want in and kick out whoever they want.
Right, this is exactly the same argument they made in 2014 and 15, in which a federal judge ruled against and said that we were allowed to preach on any public sidewalk as long as it's free and open to public, which is in compliance with Supreme Court ruling that says if it's free and open to public, you can't discriminate
It's
based
not
on
free and open to
religion.
the public. It's a permitted site.
It is permitted,
So it's not
but
free and open
it's
to
not
the public.
closed off, and they're not charging admission.
Barricades are just closed
This
off.
is to keep the Muslim terrorists out.
It's a barricade.
We know that. I mean, come on. We know this to keep the Muslim terrorists from driving through here, and I agree with that. That's great. We're doing a great job with that.
So if you want to preach, you can preach outside the barricades.
So if we preach inside the barricades on this public street right here that's free and open to the public, we're going to be arrested for trespassing.
It's not a public street. It's permitted. You understand that?
I
It's
understand
permitted.
that.
So
But they don't own the street. It's still public.
They own it because it's permitted.
Okay.
City of Fort Worth says these are your streets tonight.
So we
Including the public sidewalk and this public street here.
Yes.
Okay.
It's barricaded. Yes.
Okay.
So if we preach in here, we're going to be arrested for trespassing if we don't leave.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, that's all we need.
All right. Yep. Let's
All
go.
right,
We'll go around this side here.
Okay, so this is pretty crazy that this is actually happening in America. Having said that, the Fort Worth Police Department did release a statement, and I'm going to read you that statement towards the end of this video. But before that, I want to play you this clip from 2025 of that first female officer because she prevented another Christian preacher from entering a pride festival. And I'm noticing a pattern here where she's discriminating against Christian preachers and infringing on their First Amendment rights.
We haven't gone into the event yet.
Absolutely, because you're not allowed into the event.
Why
event-
not, though?
Because you're not here to support the event. You're here to aggravate the situation. That's
So,
all.
but it's a public event and we're not allowed to go inside?
They don't want you here.
How do you know that? We haven't even stepped foot in.
Okay, stop asking me questions.
No, we're asking you because you said that we cannot go into a free public event and we haven't even stepped foot in. They haven't even said we couldn't be there yet. You came out of the vehicle and said that we cannot go into the event. No one in the event said that we cannot step foot in there. No one said that
Right,
yet.
because we're trying to prevent that.
So are we allowed to step in there or not?
You don't have you are allowed to do whatever you need to do. You can use your First Amendment right, but you can't go past this barrier. You're
But-
not here to support gay pride.
Yeah, but no one said we can't be in the event yet.
I'm telling you, you can't be in the event.
But we have.
Oh,
See, that's
you are making
so.
up your own rules.
Yeah, you're making up your own laws. And you're an officer, and you don't know that. You're telling us that we can't use it.
I've also worked other protests before to where we have arrested people that have used amplified
Okay.
noise.
All right. So we're not allowed to use it, or else we'll get arrested. Is what you're saying?
Depends.
Depends on what.
The decibel, right?
Okay, so it is a decibel.
Depends
Yeah.
on what you're doing. Depends on what you're
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
You can offend somebody.
See, this is why I hate female cops. Like, particularly this one here. This one doesn't even know what the hell she's doing. This is a public event. He's allowed to go in and out. But because you don't think he's there, there to support the event, you're preventing him from entering. How does that make any sense? Anyways, so this story blew up on social media, and Harmeet Dillon all of a sudden responded, and she said, "Very troubling. Our civil rights team is on it." And Harmeet Dillon, for those of you who don't know, she's the assistant attorney general. So I'm pretty sure she's going to have some eyeballs on this story. And having said that, let's get into the statement from the Fort Worth Police Department because they just released that. The Fort Worth Police Department acknowledged that an officer made certain statements that were not accurate during a viral encounter last month with a Christian street preacher outside a Pride festival, while maintaining that the citation he received stemmed from the use of a bullhorn that allegedly violated the city's noise ordinance, not the content of the preacher's speech. In response to an incident that took place on Saturday, June 27th at Trinity Pride Fest, the city and FWPD have carefully reviewed the incident, officer response, and resulting social media post. According to the Fort Worth Police Department, the preacher outside the festival used a bullhorn that nearby business owners said disrupted their operations and drove away customers. Officers warned the individual that continued use of amplification device would violate the city's noise ordinance. After the person continued using the bullhorn, police issued a disorderly conduct citation, seized the device as evidence, and said that the individual remained free to continue protesting without amplification. FWPD remains committed to protecting the constitutional rights of all individuals, regardless of the content or viewpoint of their speech, the department said in a statement. A video circulated online captures only a portion of the interactions between the officer and the individuals involved. FWPD acknowledges that an officer involved in the incident made certain statements that were not accurate. That's it? How about you fire all these officers, fire the leadership, fire whoever trained them? Because these officers did not know something so basic that every American should know, and that is the First Amendment. Because these officers literally wanted to give a ticket for offensive speech. Anyways, I did some homework and I took a look at who their police chief was, and his name is Eddie Garcia. Oh, take a look at this image here. That's him right there. Yeah. And that's why you know what? This is all result of leadership. He's got to go too. Like this man has to go. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.